What's up everybody, it's Okie Addiction. If you're new to the channel, you're viewing these videos, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you along for the ride. And if you are a returning subscriber, I want to thank you very much for your support. You are very much appreciated. Remember, stay safe, stay true to yourself, and live your best life. What's up everybody, it's Okie Addiction. Just got off work. This is the day that I've been waiting for. This is the day that we install this beautiful Corbin seat. Coming up. Some of the tools that I'll be using for this installation are as follows: a 10mm combination wrench, a 13mm combination wrench, a 5 and 6mm Allen wrench, and these are the parts that came with the Corbin seat. If you ordered a seat with a heater, you would get a wiring harness, but I did not opt for that, so I did not receive a wiring harness. You get an M6 flat washer, an M6 hex head bolt, a spacer, an M8 by 25 Allen bolt, and a seat mounting bracket. Now you can go with socket wrenches here, but I prefer to go with the combination wrenches because they're flat and you can get into those really tight spaces under the seat. The first step is to remove the seat. So I'm going to go ahead and clear away all the tools and the parts, and then we will remove the seat. Give the seat a nice tug. The first thing we're going to do is remove this pin right here. I've already loosened it up, so we're just going to remove it. The next step, using a 10mm combination wrench, disconnect the battery negative terminal. It is located right here. I've already backed that out, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Now at this point, we could disconnect the battery positive terminal because we all know what can happen, the mishaps that can happen when working with metal tools around a battery. So I'm going to opt not to do that because I like living on the wild side, but I am not responsible for anything that happens to your bike if you should happen to not do that. I would suggest you do that, but it's up to you. Next, we're going to attach the seat mounting bracket with the M8 by 25 Allen bolt and spacer to this silver hole right here. It's already tapped. All we have to do is attach the bracket, and it's going to attach like this. So we're going to put that screw with the spacer into that silver hole, and then we're going to attach the other bolt right here where we disconnected that negative. So it will actually sit like this. These two holes here, this hex head bolt will fit through either this front one or the second hole. So depending on what type of bike you have, it can either sit forward or backward to adjust to the particular seating arrangement on a particular bike. So they probably did that so this could be a universal mount for different applications. Remember when I said I was not going to remove the positive battery terminal? Well, I went ahead and removed it. So this is the tip. Go ahead and remove it, because if you remove it, then you're able to grab all of these wires and push them out of the way, giving you lots of room to work in here. Now some people will say, well, how are you going to get the wires back? Well, once this is mounted securely and it's really sturdy, then you can shove all these wires back around and underneath. I've seen some people just try to shove these wires down and work in there, and it's really, really difficult. So if you go ahead and remove the positive battery terminal, you can lift all these wires out and it'll give you a lot more room. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with the installation, and we will see you in a bit. I'm going to go ahead and grab a socket wrench for this Allen bolt. In this little tight space, it makes it just a little bit easier. Now that we have the Allen bolt tightened, we are going to install the hex head bolt to the mounting bracket on this end. So first we're going to take these two wires and we're going to put it up against the frame, and we're going to put these wires behind the bracket. Then we're going to put on the washer and the hex head bolt and tighten it up. We're going to leave it a little bit loose. We're going to put the seat on, make sure everything is where it's supposed to be before we tighten everything down. I've got the Allen bolt installed. I've got the hex head bolt installed. So the bracket is now installed. I left it a little bit loose. That way I can fit the seat to make sure everything is where it's supposed to be before I tighten it down. This first black wire is behind the bracket. The second black wire is in front of the bracket. Then the washer, and then the hex head bolt. So it's a little bit loose right now, but I don't want to tighten it up. I'm going to put the seat on, make sure everything is where it's supposed to be before I tighten it up, and reattach the positive wire, and then start stuffing the wires in, and we'll be done. And we'll take a look at it and see what it looks like complete. So that's the wiring all cleaned up. We are ready to put the seat on and see if it fits. Okay, y'all, there it is. Got finished with the install. Took a ride around the block. It is extremely comfortable. You basically have no choice but to sit in that little bucket right there. I mean, it just sucks you right in. I think it's awesome. I think it looks great. That Corbin emblem right there, I got it in a champagne color so it wouldn't scream Corbin at you. I think white or silver would just be a little bit too much for me. That's just my preference. But yeah, that's it. I think it looks awesome. Tell me what y'all think. Alright guys, that's the install video. Whew, it's hot. Sweet iced tea. That's the way to go. Alright y'all, that is the install video for the Corbin seat. I still have my Dean Speed Sissy bar to come. I already have my Inskuo saddlebags, and I have my Corbin pillion seat. I don't want to start putting those on piece by piece because I'll end up having to take one off for the other. I'm going to wait until my Sissy bar comes in, and then once that comes in, I can put all of them on at the same time. It'll be a long install video, so I'll probably break it up into a couple of parts. But stay tuned for those videos. They will be coming soon. Hey Jake, what do you think about my seat? No comment? Well, that's rude. I think they look great. Are you sure? Jake. I think he's ignoring me because he thinks I'm trying to call him inside. He wants to stay outside. All right. You can stay outside as long as you stay in the yard. Okay? Hey. He's ignoring me. All right, sit.